In the dim glow of a cozy Italian restaurant, where the scent of garlic bread mingled with the soft hum of conversations, Sarah glanced at her reflection in the window. Her scrubs were rumpled from a 12-hour shift, her hair tied back in a hasty ponytail, and faint shadows lingered under her eyes. She was late, again. "Sorry, I came straight from my shift," she blurted out as she slid into the booth, her cheeks flushing with embarrassment. Across from her sat Mark, a single dad with kind eyes and a gentle smile, who looked up from his menu and did something that left her utterly speechless. But let's rewind just a bit, because this moment wasn't just about a blind date gone awkward. It was the culmination of two lives battered by storms, searching for a sliver of sunshine. Sarah Thompson had always been the caregiver, the one who mended broken bodies and soothed shattered spirits in the bustling emergency room of St. Mary's Hospital. At 32, she had dedicated her life to nursing after losing her mother to cancer during her college years. That loss had forged her into a pillar of strength, but it also left her with walls so high that love seemed like a distant dream. Her days blurred into nights filled with beeping monitors, frantic codes, and the quiet sobs of families in waiting rooms. Dating? It was a luxury she couldn't afford. Friends had set her up on this blind date as a last-ditch effort to pull her out of her isolation. "You deserve happiness, Sarah," her best friend Lisa had insisted. But as she rushed from the hospital, still in her uniform, doubt gnawed at her. Who would want a woman who smelled like antiseptic and carried the weight of the world on her shoulders? Mark Reynolds, on the other hand, was navigating his own turbulent waters. A 35-year-old architect, he had become a single father overnight when his wife, Emily, passed away in a car accident 2 years ago. Their daughter, Lily, was only 5 at the time, and Mark had traded late-night design sessions for bedtime stories and school runs. He loved Lily fiercely, but the grief had hollowed him out, leaving him wary of opening his heart again. Blind dates weren't his thing either, his brother had practically dragged him into this one. "You can't raise Lily alone forever, bro," his brother had said. Mark agreed reluctantly, but as he waited in the restaurant, fiddling with his napkin, he wondered if he was ready. Then Sarah arrived, apologizing profusely, and something in her weary eyes struck a chord deep within him. Instead of the awkward silence Sarah expected, Mark's face lit up with a genuine warmth. "Are you kidding? You look like a hero," he said, his voice steady and sincere. "I've got a little girl at home who's obsessed with nurses. She thinks you're all superheroes in scrubs. Honestly, I'm the one who should apologize. I'm just a guy in jeans who draws buildings for a living." Sarah blinked, her apology dying on her lips. No judgment, no pity, just pure, unfiltered admiration. It was the first time in years someone had seen her uniform not as a barrier, but as a badge of honor. As they ordered pasta and wine, the conversation flowed like a gentle stream, washing away the initial tension. Sarah shared snippets of her day, the elderly patient who squeezed her hand in gratitude after a successful surgery, the young mother who broke down in relief when her child's fever broke. Mark listened intently, his eyes never leaving hers. He opened up about Lily, how she loved drawing unicorns and asked endless questions about the stars. Emily used to handle the tough stuff, he admitted softly, his voice cracking just a fraction. "Like when Lily gets sick. I panic every time. Last month, she had a bad flu, and I felt so helpless." Sarah's heart ached for him, she knew that helplessness all too well from her shifts. "You're doing more than you know," she reassured him. "Kids like Lily just need love, and it's clear she has that in spades." As the evening progressed, challenges from their past surfaced like hidden rocks in the stream. Sarah confessed her fear of vulnerability. "After Mom died, I threw myself into work. It's easier to fix others than face my own pain." Mark nodded, understanding etched in his features. "I get that. Emily's accident, it shattered me. I built walls too, thinking they'd protect Lily and me. But lately, I've realized they're just keeping us isolated. Their shared wounds created an unexpected bond, turning the date from polite small talk into a raw, emotional exchange. By dessert, they were laughing over shared mishaps, Sarah's story of spilling coffee on a doctor mid-rounds, Mark's tale of Lily's disastrous attempt at baking cookies that ended in a flour explosion. But life, as they both knew, wasn't a fairy tale. The next few weeks brought real tests. Sarah's shifts intensified with a flu outbreak, leaving her exhausted and canceling plans twice. Mark understood, but doubt crept in. Was he ready for someone whose job demanded so much? One night, after a particularly grueling day where Sarah lost a patient, a young father not much older than Mark, she called him in tears. "I don't know if I can do this," she sobbed. "How can I give you what you deserve when I'm always giving to strangers?" Mark drove over immediately, wrapping her in a hug on her doorstep. "You don't have to be perfect," he whispered. "Just be you. That's enough." In that moment, Sarah felt seen, not as the unbreakable nurse, but as a woman with cracks that made her human. Meanwhile, Mark faced his own hurdles. Introducing Sarah to Lily was a milestone fraught with anxiety. What if Lily didn't like her? What if it stirred memories of Emily? They planned a casual park outing, but Mark's nerves were frayed. Lily, with her curly pigtails and boundless energy, eyed Sarah curiously. "Are you a real nurse?" she asked, wide-eyed. Sarah knelt down, showing her stethoscope. "Yep, want to listen to my heart?" Lily giggled as she pressed it to Sarah's chest, then her own. "It sounds like drumming." The ice broke, and soon they were chasing bubbles and sharing ice cream. Watching them, Mark's heart swelled. Sarah wasn't trying to replace Emily, she was adding her own light to their lives. Yet, not everything was smooth. A major challenge arose when Mark's work project hit a deadline crunch, coinciding with Sarah's night shifts. They barely saw each other for a week, leading to a heated argument over the phone. "I feel like I'm always waiting," Mark admitted, frustration creeping in. "And I feel like I'm failing everyone," Sarah shot back, tears flowing. It was their first real fight, born from exhaustion and unspoken fears. But instead of letting it fester, they met the next day at a quiet cafe. "We both have demanding lives," Mark said, taking her hand. "But if we're in this, we figure it out together." Sarah nodded, suggesting they set boundaries, like dedicated, us, time, no matter what. It was a resolution forged in honesty, strengthening their connection. As months passed, their relationship deepened. Sarah found joy in simple things, weekend brunches with Mark and Lily, where laughter filled the air. Mark discovered solace in Sarah's steady presence, her ability to calm his worries with a touch or a word. One evening, as they watched Lily play in the backyard, Mark turned to Sarah. "You know, that first night, when you apologized for your scrubs, I saw the real you, strong, compassionate, unapologetically dedicated. It wasn't speechless from shock, it was from realizing I might have found someone who gets it." Sarah smiled, tears glistening. "And you showed me that vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the start of something beautiful." Their story culminated in a heartfelt proposal under the stars, with Lily holding a sign that read, "Will you be our family?" Sarah said yes, her heart full. They married in a small ceremony, surrounded by friends and colleagues who cheered their unlikely union. Challenges didn't vanish, shifts still ran long, parenting hiccups arose, but they faced them as a team, their love a anchor in the chaos. In the end, Sarah and Mark's journey reminded everyone that true connection blooms in the most unexpected places. It's not about perfect appearances or flawless timing, it's about seeing the hero in someone else's everyday struggles and choosing to stand beside them. Life's shifts may be grueling, but with understanding and kindness, they lead to moments that leave us all speechless, in the best way. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button to show some love for these real-life inspirations. And if you want more heartwarming tales that remind us of the beauty in imperfection, subscribe to the channel right now, don't miss out on the next one. Turn on notifications so you're always in the loop. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes, the best stories start with an apology.